If there was ever a case to make that the ride-sharing companies do not give a damn about our safety as drivers, today is the day. This is a case that is in the news, particularly a lawsuit towards Lyft that should piss us all off. Now, this is in regards to safety, but I want you to hear the details, particularly how Lyft responded to the plaintiffs in this case. Now, this involves a driver that lost his life while operating in rideshare. Now, this case started last year, but the suit is all in the news. This is out of the state of Ohio, but I want you to hear the details because this is important to all of us. And as a driver, it should piss you off and leave you demanding legislation towards these companies. Brandon Cooper, a Lyft driver out of Ohio at the age of 35, this happened early last year, January of last year. Now, according to the police, there was an attempted robbery of this driver by a group of teenagers, and he ended up being shot in the back and was killed. Now, I'm going to tell you why the 3 lawsuits are pending and why this could pertain to any of us and how it could leave even your family really disgruntled with these companies. Listen to the details. Dayton police responded to Ferguson Avenue around 2 a.m. on January 26, 2022. After a vehicle's OnStar assistant reported a possible crash. Officers found Cooper dead inside the vehicle. He reportedly was shot in the back. Now, that's the primary details. Obviously, they found the driver dead, but here's the part that really, at least from yours truly, makes my blood boil. Investigators determined the homicide was connected to a robbery earlier that morning after a different Lyft driver reported her phone, wallet, and car were stolen around 3 a.m. on Anna Street. When officers approached the house, 3 people refused to come outside, prompting a SWAT standoff. 4 juveniles were eventually taken into custody. So the part that really should piss you off is that you got a Lyft driver, a female Lyft driver, at 3 a.m. stating that some of her passengers took her keys, wallet, and her whole damn car. Reported this to Lyft. And 24 hours later, these same criminals were able to hail a ride and try to rob a second driver, killing him in the damn process. So it's pretty clear Lyft dropped the ball on this shit. They'll disqualify you or I from the app for some of the most bullshit allegations. I smelled alcohol. The driver had a knife. He looked at me funny. The most bullshit allegations can get you or I deactivated from the app. Nevertheless, here is an actual driver pleading out that she was robbed and carjacked, and 24 hours later, those same people are able to use the app to rideshare, hail more victims. Now, obviously, that's the first red flag. The second red flag is clear that they were teenagers. How the hell are they requesting rides in the first place? Chances are the phone they're using is stolen from somebody else. But the amount of victims in this that these teenagers are victimizing is awful. But I want to give you Lyft's response to the lawsuit because that's really what pisses me off more than anything. Now, before I give you that, they did charge 2 15-year-old boys with the homicide. I'm going to say this. I know this shit is not popular. Some folks may call me a sellout or, being an Uncle Tom towards my own damn people. But they're trying to charge these 2 15-year-olds as an adult. One of them is still fighting it in court. The judge has already approved charging one of them as an adult. Listen to the damn name. D-A apostrophe, Trayvon Mitchell. I've said it before, folks. Listen, just because I'm African American don't mean I can't point out the obvious. We know who is doing this shit. So feel free to discriminate if you feel unsafe. A bunch of minors? Come on now, drive off. Drive the fuck off. You don't have to put anybody in your car. It is your life on the line. If you feel unsafe in the least, who gives a shit about a $10 fare or a threat from canceling passengers? Drive the fuck off. Trayvon Mitchell. Just want to point that out. It's primarily people that look like me that's doing this shit. Robbing, carjacking, and killing drivers. Nevertheless, and I say that from experience because I've been bringing these stories to you for over a year now. Most of these stories involve people like us. So be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel and pay attention to who the hell's getting in your damn vehicle. Nevertheless, there is a civil suit being imposed against Lyft, against the passengers who don't have any damn money, and they're also going against 2 Lyft employees. Obviously, they're going against the employees because whoever the hell is responsible at Lyft, at their customer service or safety department, ignored the woman's statement that somebody just took my damn car, my wallet, and my keys. That should have triggered them to take that individual's account off the app so that they could not have requested the services of the late Brandon Cooper. There should have been no way they could have held that ride. So they definitely let Brandon Cooper down and cost him his damn life. Hopefully they win and kick the hell out of Lyft's ass in regards to that civil suit. Here is the part I've been talking about. If this doesn't get you angry, if this doesn't lead you to have a cause for concern, I don't know what else will, because your family could get some bullshit like this told to them in court. In March, Lyft filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit, claiming in part that the company has no legal duty to protect against third-party acts that were not foreseeable. How the fuck are the same people that held a ride that's been accused of robbing somebody almost 24 hours ago not a foreseeable danger to the late Brandon Cooper? How the hell could they say that in active court? They have no duty to protect us as drivers from third-party acts, meaning the damn passenger that they dispatch you to pick up. If they send you to pick up a freaking axe murderer, they're stating we have no responsibility for the fact that this guy's in your car chopping you to shit. If this doesn't piss you off, if this is not a call or a need for legislation, I don't know what is. I'm bringing this video to you because just my last video just yesterday, I talked about how in the state of Illinois, they are doing exactly what we need done here. They're going to start holding the rideshare companies accountable for who they put in the vehicles. Taxis, buses, and all other forms of public transportation already go through this. They already are held to that standard. How Uber and Lyft got away with being held responsible for what happens if they send someone out that harms you, I can't figure out how in the hell that ever happened to begin with. Nevertheless, they are fighting hard against that bill in Illinois because obviously if Illinois is successful, that will populate throughout other states in this country. But how could you possibly disagree that the person that set up the deal, when you request a ride as a passenger, you have to go through Lyft or Uber. When you receive a trip as a driver, whether through Uber or Lyft, it comes from the company. The company is in the middle of this shit, making us drivers and us passengers come together. How the hell could they not be responsible for the shit they pair up? This should never have been taking place in the beginning, to begin with. Now, in this case in Ohio, this case features Lyft stating they don't have shit to do with what happens to your ass in the back of a vehicle. But the same outcome took place in Illinois, which is why they're proposing that law to begin with. A woman was raped by a passenger, or better yet, I believe it might have been a driver that raped the damn woman in the back seat. Nevertheless, however it went down, it was a rape. The female victim did sue, and this time it was Uber, and Uber actually won the damn lawsuit on the same grounds that Lyft is presenting right now. We don't have shit to do with what the passengers and drivers do to each other. All we do is link them up. We don't have nothing to do with whatever go down, go down. You know, I'm going to put y'all together and what happens, happens. How fucked up is that? I don't even know where else to go with this. Let me know in the comment section, do you feel like you've ever been deliberately linked up with some bullshit by one of these companies? Whereas the company should have knew who they sending out. should not have been sent out. Worst case scenario, have you ever filed a complaint against a passenger only to find out they're still out there hailing rides? I mean, filed a serious complaint, cut up my seats, deliberately spit at me or something like that, and you know for a fact they're still out here able to hail rides. As always, it's your boy Tim. Subscribe to the damn channel. See you in the next video.